I'd like to thank the speaker very much for his speech. Now to open the case for the opening opposition team of Leiden C, please give a very warm welcome to the Leader of Opposition.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to do is bring 4 points in this speech. I'm going to talk about why physical punishment is always wrong, and we principally stand on that principle, and why we think it's so important. But also why it is not, why it won't help, and why what they're saying is wrong. Secondly, what kind of children we've been talking about, and what's the best way to go with these children and change their behavior. And we think we do not want to discipline because we think discipline is good. We want to change their behavior to become successful citizens within society. That's the goal opposition is standing for a safe society, but also for those children. Thirdly, I'm going to talk about why this won't be effective, and fourth point, the role of the police, and why diminishing the role of the police and making it even worse. But first, starting with Jeroen. What he said is, listen, there is a delay between the punishment and the act done. So what we're going to do is give policemen the right to slap children on the streets. So you're walking around, a child has a bottle of gravity and is spraying around or whatever, there's not really safe, and then a policeman has the right to give it a slap or whatever. It's so arbitrary. We give the policeman the right to judge on that situation. There's no control mechanism. We don't know whether it's a fair thing to do. We don't know what the situation was or what kind of factors there were. But the policeman should have the judgment they say. We think that's a really wrong thing. We think it's really arbitrary, have negative effects, such as groups that would be appointed more. Secondly, we say it's already proven that physical punishment is really bad. That's why we don't allow it at schools. Then they say, yeah, but a teacher has a different relationship with the tutors in his class. We say, exactly. And we would like the police to have the same relationship with the people in the class. We think that this hierarchy they are creating is a really bad thing. We would like to have the police to have a similar relationship, and then we're saying what you're creating, this idea of deterrence or rehabilitation, won't work. We say you're creating a really hostile relation where respect will not be. Secondly, they say, well, we want to keep society safe. We say, there are a lot of other measures we can take. We take people from out of school. We take out in certain centers where we can help change their behavior. Or, for example, when they go, we have children in prison, for example. But going on, first point, why physical punishment is always bad. We say, what they're doing, first of all, we say, everyone has the right to bodily integrity. You're not allowed to harm others, and especially not the police as a state has a monopoly on violence. Also, we say, the intention of the child by punishing it physically won't change. The only thing you're doing is making it less attractive to do that. What we want, and especially with little children or smaller children, is that the thing they did, they know it's wrong, and therefore they'll change their intention. What they're saying is going to discipline them, so they won't do that. And we think it's really ineffective, especially on a young age, ladies and gentlemen, because we say there's a huge gap of time you'll have in their future lives, and therefore change their way of thinking is so much more effective. And creating this fear or creating this power is a really bad thing. So that's the first point. Secondly, what kind of children are we talking about? Because we say this is going to be children from the lower class of society. We're going to talk about poor families. Poor children that have been not raised well. It was their parents that made the fool. It's not their responsibility. But moreover, ladies and gentlemen, these children have been in a state system from the age of 4 or 5 in certain countries. And it is also the state that lacks to create good citizens. So you made a mistake. You made a bad educational system where they've been for more than 10 years. We say you have created the fault, not only the parents. And what you're now doing is not blaming the parents, not blaming the school system. You're just going to give the policemen the right to slap the kids on the street. And that's going to make them more responsible and will make them more disciplined. We don't think so, ladies and gentlemen. We think that these children, especially, are really vulnerable. And we say also that why we have this age of children not being responsible is because they do not have, it is a really determined factor, the way they've been raised, which kind of society, and we think we should do everything to change that. And what they're doing is really bad. And the shaming you were talking about, why it wasn't working, why now going in home, knocking on the door and telling the parents, it's really bad that you're not raising your children, is not effective. We say that's really effective. And secondly, this kind of families, what kind of families are these? These are children that are already getting slapped. Fathers, alcoholic behavior. We say they're not going to fear from a slap. They fight on the streets. You're talking about future criminals. And now they're going to be deterred from this slap from the policeman. We don't think so. It might be really reasonable. They're going to slap it back. You have police fights. Will that be really good? We don't think so. Going on. So we say we have responsibility as a state to work affected children, also their parents. And we think putting this full responsibility on these kids is a really bad thing to do, and we think that the state should not do that. Going on, like, why won't this be effective? So we say, will this change their behavior? We say no, on different grounds. First of all, we say they won't be really deterred from this kind of things, first of all. Secondly, we say these people do not have respect for society because they never learned in what kind of state they live. They never learned to respect authority. So by going on to them and showing why the authority they're not liking is as bad as they think they are, how will this ever create a very good relationship between these kids and the state? These kids we have as a state lacked to help, because it's a really determined factor. So we say what you're actually doing is making their relation towards the state and their behavior legitimate. Like, I was right to do this. Like, the policeman just came to me and gave me a slap. He didn't even know what was going on, because, as we've heard from proposition, there was no mechanism. It was totally arbitrary. You'll have neighborhoods where there will be fights between the police and a really hostile environment. So we say, at the end, will this change the behavior of these kids? But moreover, will this make these children more successful within society? We don't think so. We think that you're going to put them in a situation where revenge is really high, because they think respect is really good. They think that their relation towards their peers is a really important thing. And you think by naming and shaming, and by showing it to everyone, they'll change their behavior. We don't think so. We think they're going to have revenge. We think that they're going to show respect towards the police. Fourth point, we say, why will this make the role of the police so hard? We've been working until now because we realize that these children are in a really bad position, that if they are really responsible, we do take measures to change that. But we also say that the police is trying to create this safe relationship, like we have with teachers and their students. We think it's a really good thing, that they trust the police. They trust the police to do the right thing. They go to the police to say, we think there's drugs being sold in that basement, but also that when it's getting really wrong, they'll know that the police is there for them. But not only the police, also the state. Because the first thing they see of the state is that police officers walking through their streets, making it a safer place. What they're doing is creating violence to prevent violence. We think it's a really bad thing. And we think at the end, what we're doing is creating a society where the people that are not responsible for an action, or not as fully responsible, are put in this really difficult position, which won't even work, which will make society worse. And we think, at the end, ladies and gentlemen, because physical punishment is really bad, because children deserve a good chance in the future, because this won't be effective, and we won't want to make a police a slapping force. We say, please oppose.